All right, Bosh, we're on Squeeze Neck Podcast, and today I am far north, the wrong side of the river, in Ilford, Bark inside, you told me, with my new mate, Paid. Thanks for having me, mate.
That could be paid.
Paid, Zade.
Really?
Sorry, why I said Paid.
Yeah.
I asked how to pronounce your name, and you said say Paid,
Yeah, because
and then work from there.
this
and
what
I've just
happens.
gone Zade.
There's a common theme that always happens when especially white boys, when they say my name, they say Zayd. They try it.
What did I say, Zade?
No, you said first, I don't say your name, Zayd. You said the same thing.
Yeah,
It's normal.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, say paid.
Yeah.
You said paid properly.
Yeah.
You speak English, don't you?
Paid, and then
I said, alright, remove that put a Z there.
I just forgot to put the Zade. Chaps. But, as I say, mate, thanks for having me. We're in your mad little setup here. We've got the punch bag. We've got a full dojo going on here.
Yeah, this is home.
This is home.
This is home, man.
Live the lifestyle.
I live it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I live it.
And you said originally you're from North London as well, right? So
East London.
East London.
Do you know what?
Though?
You could say it flirts on the border of Tottenham, so it's North East London.
Yeah, is that North? Okay, yeah, because you said Walthamstow.
But it's under the borough of East London.
Is that right?
Yeah, not borough. It's under East London. It's E17. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that counts. Again, I guess we're with Zade, not Paid, but here we go. Yeah. So before we get started, mate, I always ask people how they got into whatever they do. And for you, obviously, the way we're dressed, the way we're sitting, we're grapplers. So tell me, mate, where are you from originally? Obviously, North London, but how did you get into grappling and what brought us to that?
Ooh, I told this story many times. I never get tired of telling it. But it was back in 2011, right? I tried it before this. I'm about to tell you a story. I tried it once or twice before this particular story I'm about to tell you. So earlier on in the year of 2011, one of my mates took me to this place in Shackwell Lane. They done 1 week Muay Thai and 1 week Jiu-Jitsu. I want you to bear in mind, yeah, I came out of prison the year before that, and all I did was weights. So I'm bulky, I'm like 15 stone, all muscular, young, 22 years old, right? And when we was doing this session, we got to the grappling part, and this skinny Asian dude, he's wrapping me up in his legs and that, and all of a sudden, I end up in some weird position, what I now know today to be the triangle choke, right? And all I remember is, oh shit, I'm about to pass out. And all I thought in my head is, imagine that happened outside. So that was my first experience, right? Cool. This little skinny, little tricky guy got me good. I liked it. I always gave him a hard time because he's smaller than me, right? And then separate to that, I went to meet another dude a few months later at another location. This guy's also, he's about 5 foot something, shorter than me, way weaker than I am. Yeah, same thing, but this time this guy smoked me easily. It wasn't no, I'm giving in trouble. He literally smoked the hell out of me. Got me in, you know what, I can't even remember. I've told it so many times, but I actually don't remember what he caught me with first, but he caught me 3 times consecutively, yeah. Caught me with something first. The second one I remember clearly, what I now know to be as a go-go platter. I don't know how he did it. The shin got in front of my head, he pulled my nut down, and that I got a chance of beating this little git, yeah. So I tried my hardest. It lasted about a few seconds longer than the previous submissions. Then he got me with a rear naked choke, yeah. And then that's when I said to myself, do you know what, bruv? Are you a black belt? And he went, no, I'm a blue belt. He's like, Albino, I'm blue belt. What? That day, I went home. I got my look because I'm blind, right? I'm registered blind. I got this talking software on my computer. I typed in best BJJ academy in London. Roger Gracie popped up. No long thing, went straight down there. The following week, got my introduction, got my kit, started, never looked back.
Man, and Roger Gracie at the time was where?
He was in Strikeforce, so he finished his whole grappling journey. Yeah. And he was in his whole MMA thing. These are the times when, I can't remember who his fight was then. I can't remember who it was, but he was in Strikeforce. I remember he was preparing for a fight when I was there for Strikeforce.
And where was his academy at this point? Was this like the one in White City? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Labrador.
Yeah, because I used to train at his old one. I don't know whether it was the same one, but I used to go over there for wrestling class and stuff. They've moved since, and
Oh, so you want the one that's near?
It was near like Westfield Shopping Centre at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Near Hammersmith. No, not Hammersmith. Sorry, it was Shepherd's Bush.
Shepherd's Bush, but it's in Hammersmith now, isn't it? The new one's in Hammersmith, which I haven't been to. But there's loads of things going on there. Before that, you said you was in prison and stuff. Can you talk about that, or is that a secret?
Yeah, no, it's not a secret.
What happened there, mate?
I'll talk as much as I would like to speak about. Anyway.
Yeah.
So before growing up, naturally I was just a petty criminal. You know what? It makes me sick. I hear a lot of people talk about, you know what? I used to do this, you know. I used to be able to smoke, you know. I used to do this. Well, I'm telling you now. That is the lowest life ever. Yeah, how someone can glorify that, it blows my mind. Yeah, I think they're the most backwards culture in the face of the planet. Road people, street people, criminals, piece of shit. But I grew up in that environment. I was a petty criminal. Yeah, so I did a lot of naughty stuff, but I was petty. Organised crime. I wasn't organised, so I'm petty. So I come out of that life. I became a Muslim, right? I'm completely away from trouble, but an incident took place, totally out of my control, unforeseen, and during that a violent altercation took place and the other person got really badly hurt. Again, I wasn't there, it wasn't even for me, I just happened to be there. The result of the person, he didn't say anything, but a family member told the police who did it. Yeah, because the person that they happened to was in a tight relationship with my cousin. So my cousin said, you know what, it was that person, me and the other person, right? Got nicked for it, and I was kind of pissed because my partner at the time was pregnant with my first son, right? And all this telling tales, it wasn't me, it was the other person, that's not happening. Yeah, it's just, I don't even know if that was the right decision, but it wasn't happening. I wasn't going to do that on a relative of mine anyway. So I sat down in there for a while, gave me a good opportunity to contemplate my life. It was actually a good experience, to be fair, you know.
Really? Yeah.
Prison.
And how old are you? You're younger than
I was 22. Right. I was 22.
I got you.
Was I 22? Yeah, I was 22. I was 22, yeah. Learned a lot there. I learned that it ain't what people make out to be when they're trying to say, yo, prison's like this. Well, prison's like being, you've been in school?
I've been in school.
Yeah. Have you been in prison?
I haven't been in prison now, but I've been in school.
Good. You basically been in prison at the same thing.
Right, okay. So you're just on a schedule and you're bored most of the time?
Listen, it's exactly the same in school, you just can't go home. That's the most traumatic part of it. You can't see your loved ones as and when you want to. That's it. It ain't that deep. And that's why I think that people don't mind reoffending, because when they go there, it's like, all right, cool, I can do this. Done it before, do it again.
Do you think it's a better option for some people as well, if their life's that bad outside?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've witnessed that. People try to reoffend, to go back there because they feel comfortable. They get food, they get shelter, it's warm in there, they get their music, the TV, they get a job in there, they socialise with like-minded people in there.
Yeah, right.
It's like, come back to the real world, now you've got responsibilities. What?
You've got things to do,
You've got things to do. Otherwise, if you don't uphold those responsibilities, you won't survive outside.
Right.
So yeah, you're right, you hit the nail on the head.
And where was you? What prison was you in?
I was in Pentonville first, and then I got moved to Wayland in Norfolk. I think that's Norfolk. Wow. Is it Norfolk?
But it's away, far away. So what's that like with the family, like visits and stuff like that? That fucks that down.
Nah, because the true people,
they
my mum, my partner, my uncle, they're the only ones that was going to come to visit me. It doesn't matter where I was, they were going to come.
Yeah, of course.
So that's when you obviously realise who really got your back.
Yeah.
Understand?
Makes sense, yeah. And when you come out and you said you was lifting and you was 15 on stone, but for context, you're quite a big lump now. How much you weigh now?
No, now I intentionally started to bulk up recently, so I'm flirting on the scales about 95, 96, 97, 98. Right. I bounce through there.
Yeah. So heavy and pretty big lump.
Yeah.
But so when you started grappling, like obviously you said you was in straight away. We're sitting here now. We're in like you are. I'm not yet. But you're in no gi gear. Like, are you a gi man at all, or is that like a dirty word around here?
Nah, gi's fun.
Oh, you are a gi man. Okay.
Yeah, gi's fun. I prefer no gi for all the reasons. Like, I think foundationally is better.
That's interesting you say that, because a lot of people argue the other, don't they? They argue that the foundations are better the other way.
I don't even see how that can be possible. How can the foundation be better if you're literally holding something that is not always attached to your opponent?
Yeah, bro, you're preaching to the choir here. I'm a no-gi guy myself. But if you listen to some of these fundamental gi guys, shout out to the boys.
But how does that even make sense? Based on that. So, alright, cool. If you're wearing no-gi, you don't need to tell you this, obviously, but for those who are watching, if you're no-gi, you're relying on your clamping, your clinching, and your opponent's body for control, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Can you apply that if someone's wearing a gi?
No.
No, if they're wearing a gi, can you still apply the no-gi stuff on them.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. So if your foundation is grabbing this, grabbing that, and that grip, can you apply that on someone that's not wearing it? No. So how is that a better foundation?
Oh, they
Doesn't even make sense.
As I say, preaching to the choir.
I'm not one of those. Oh, fuck gi. I'm not. Nah, I like it. It's fun.
I like both, to be honest with you. I tell you, I enjoy. I've said this on here before as well. I enjoy it when I spar in the gi more. Like in terms of learning in the gi, I like, but not too much. Like if I was in the gi every day, it'd drive me fucking nuts. But turning up just on open mats, and again, people are giving me pelts because I don't come to open mat in a gi. But if I'm sparring in the gi, I enjoy myself more. Does that make sense?
Ooh, that makes sense.
Yeah, without going too technical on certain positions with the gi, which I do no gi.
What do you find you exert yourself more in no gi?
Good question. I find it makes more sense to my brain naturally no gi in terms of from a fun aspect. And if I'm having fun, I feel like I'm improving more. If that makes sense. Whereas in the gi, if I train in the gi once a week, for example, and I'm learning in the gi, I love it. If I start doing 2, 3, 4 times a week in the gi, and someone's showing me lapel choke and this and that, I start to switch off, and I'm like, I've had enough now. You know what I mean? Let's get up and wrestle and fucking, you know what I mean? But as I say, I'm not a fundamental either way. I like both, you know. And it sounds like you're the same, right?
Same. All this both side nonsense, man. Who cares?
Who cares? Jiu-Jitsu at the end of the day, innit? You know what I mean? It's grappling.
It's a game. It's all fun anyway, man.
Yeah.
It ain't all and be. You're a boxer, so you know it's not. Hey, punch someone in the face, the game quickly changes, isn't it?
You say that, yeah. Right, boxing, you don't have the same comparison, right? Because we don't have gi boxing, do we? Where we can shut it down and tie yourself up.
My point is, you're just grappling. It ain't that deep. It's all a game. So all this like one side and but you see, I don't know. I've heard the two opposing sides.
Yeah.
Like one don't like doing gi, the others like they don't like no gi. Yeah. What's all this about, mate?
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's a game. It is. It's not. You're not learning how to be a competent fighter just doing grappling. Mm-hmm. Clearly.
That makes sense. It's an interesting point. But so when you started, was you from 2011? You said when you started. Have you been just pure grappler ever since?
What do you mean by pure grappling?
As in,
grappling is my foundation.
As in, once you started, that was it. You was it.
Yeah,
you never took years off. You never took time out.
Do you know why? Because I'm blind. I was always scared of doing striking anyway because I can't see my opponent's hands, how they're moving. I'm like, how am I ever gonna go toe to toe with a competent striker, right? Mm-hmm. But when I started grappling, it's like, although it takes a long while to actually get good and comprehend the subtleties, it's like the things you learn, you start to apply them straight away. You're like, rah, this is. I can see myself getting good at this real quick, and it's really effective. I like it.
Yeah, I hear that. And with grappling as well, when we're talking about the striking side of things, it's much more of a learning environment and a welcoming environment from my experience. In terms of like you turn up and people want to teach you grappling. Whereas boxing's a little bit like let's punch you about for a little while.
Way more welcoming.
And we'll see if you're still here. You know. But you know, I'm not shitting on boxing. Obviously, I love it. But if we go forward, sort of like fast forward for me, sort of a couple of years, say, or a year, whenever you started sort of getting a handle on the grab, because we know what it's like, right? We go in the first day, and like you said, you're getting triangled by the little skinny bloke and all sorts. But if you go forward a little bit, was you good fairly early on?
I wouldn't say I was good. No one can be good. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I had good intuition.
Right.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I can work with it. But I became one of those dudes that was really top heavy. I didn't want to play guard. I was a bit retarded with my coordination, top and bottom coordination. It got to a point where I was like, you know what? I had a bad ego, innit? I didn't like getting subbed out by any. I don't care what belt you were. I don't care if you're a black belt. You shouldn't be subbing me. Yeah. So I went for a phase as a white belt as just not being tapped.
Right.
I wasn't even trying to attack you. I was just like,
oh, you was that guy, the shutdown guy.
Yeah, shutdown.
I got you.
Until I felt comfortable that higher belts couldn't get me easily or get me at all. Once I felt comfortable with that, it made me really, want to pop up my little turtle show. Like, come on, then. Try something, flops, go back in my show. Yeah, it gives you confidence. You know what? I heard John Danaher talk about this recently, a couple of years back. He's like, you know what? Work on your defense first. It will give you the confidence to go and try new things. And if it goes wrong, go back into your shell again.
Yeah, it makes sense in some ways, doesn't it? Because he spoke well about positions, didn't he? And someone might be able to help me out in the comments. But he said, I think one of them was like top mount, one of them was someone on your back, might have been side control, something like that. But he's got like 4 fundamental positions that he puts people in to work from, things like that. And I think there's such a power to being really good at something, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If you're okay at everything versus a guy who's not very good at most things, but then he's got one like fucking super sharp submission or something.
100%.
It's fucking hard to deal with, isn't it? Like, we've all rolled with blue belts that are like, they're okay, but then all of a sudden they've got like this mad footlock or like this weird fucking Kimura that they're just really, really sharp at.
No, speaking of that, that's what brought your page to my attention. It was a post. I think his name was Stephen Henshaw or something. Was it Stephen Henshaw?
Stephen Henshaw, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I love it when I see people or hear people with that mindset, yeah, because he's a coach, he's a black belt, right?
Yeah, he is.
Bear in mind, I'm really ignorant. I don't know people because I'm in my cave.
Yeah, gotcha.
I hear about people you just can't help hearing about because it's flushed down your neck.
Yeah.
But he was saying something about a white belt or a lower belt caught him with a leg lock that he hasn't seen before, and he's like, you know what? You got me. Teach me how to do that.
Yeah.
That's the attitude you're supposed to have. It's like exactly what you said there in that video. It doesn't mean the dude's better than me. You caught me with something that I didn't know, so I want to know how you did it so I can learn it, so my game gets better. Yeah, to have that mindset and that attitude, that's what a coach is all about.
100%, and that's how you get better in it.
100%.
Because again, going back, and not, I keep saying blue belts like it's like I'm shitting on them. That's not what I mean at all. But like we all see people that get to blue belt and then all of a sudden shut down, like you're talking about a little bit, in terms of like they become the guy that's near impossible to tap. But they don't tap anyone anymore either. Do you know what I mean? They become that guy, and it's like, you're not really doing jiu-jitsu anymore at that point, are you? You're just being safe. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And then if you've got that, like I did a seminar once with Gary Tonin, for example.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was amazing. I actually did two. One was with Danaher and Gordon Ryan, and then it was mad. It was mental because John Danaher's as mad as he comes across on thing. It was a really brilliant thing. But anyway, with Gary Tonin, when he did one on his own, it was mad because he sort of said like, and if anyone was there, and I'm butchering it word for word, but it was something along the lines of like, when he's in the gym and he's training with people, he gets tapped more than anyone. He gets tapped all the time. Gives taps, gives his foot in a bad position, gives his neck in a bad position, all this kind of stuff, and just figures it out. And it's like, well, tap, fine, got me anyway. Doesn't need to take the damage on the body type thing. And not that I necessarily do that, but I think you should do that, shouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? I think like we've all done it. You know, someone catches an arm and you're like, nah, I'll fight out. But
100%.
You know,
based on what you just said, though, I was going to ask you that then, yeah, because I think them man's point there, it was when it's time to perform under the lights, that's where it counts.
That's what it is,
and that's when them man don't get really tapped out.
Yeah,
you see them do the quite opposite. Yeah, but it all goes down to the individual, innit? Like for me, performing under the lights isn't my thing.
Right.
Yeah. For me, it's like I want to be ready for that random dude that walks into the gym.
I got you.
That's me being ready. I just want to be ready everywhere I go. So I will train with my safe people, yeah, and get tapped out comfortably by everyone I know and I can trust. Yeah, that's fine. But when it's people I don't know, I have to be switched on. All throughout the year, switched on. If I visit another academy, I have to be switched on. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know what his intention is. I just have to be ready. I'm not trying to go home hurt. Yeah. And again, just work out where it counts for you. Doesn't have to be under the lights.
Yeah.
The competition scene isn't the all and be all of your performance. Right. It is for some.
Yeah.
It ain't for most people that do grappling don't compete.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
It's true. Yeah.
So if you're a competitor, it counts for you. Underneath the lights. If you're just a hobbyist, it counts for you wherever it is for you. No one can tell you where it's important for you. Is it outside in the street? Is it on the mat? Is it when random guys come in? Is it when the lower belt? Is it when you go against a higher belt? Who knows?
Yeah, it's an interesting point. 100% it makes sense because another thing I've heard Danaher say as well is like how most of your training should be with people you're better than, which I thought was interesting.
That's amazing. I swear to God, that is so true.
It is because you can like practice live, right? Like you know what I mean. When you've got someone in a position where you know if shit is the fan, you're safe enough. Yeah. But you've still got to work because they're still live, right?
Live opponent.
Yeah. I think that's a really valid point as well. And I think we all know people that overcomplicate what they're doing as well, right? Whereas if you get a few things that you're really good at and you can go to them and practice them live like that, obviously you've got to learn everything as we go. But like when you've got someone that you are at a higher level of and you can spar with them full pelt without having so much of a risk. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because I know you're a coach, which is what we're going to come on to, right? Cool. And about your coaching style and whatnot. But with what I've said, is that somewhere in the neighbourhood of what you agree with?
100%.
Yeah.
100%, because bro, you've never heard of me before, have you?
Have I?
No.
Well, I've seen you on Instagram, but
no, before that.
No, not before Instagram. No.
Because no one knows me. I'm nobody.
Right.
Like, I'm just a dude that trains at in his garage in his own little bubble. Like, and the only way I've learned how, you know, one of my friends pointed it out to me. Have you heard of Luke Cheryl Bubaka, Luke Loftus?
No.
From Hammersmith. He's from Colson Gracie.
Okay.
Colson Gracie black belt. He's a jiu-jitsu nerd, man. He's a jiu-jitsu Wikipedia. But he pointed out something to me the other day that obviously I already knew, but he brought it to my attention. He was saying, listen, because you're blind, you've never had the luxury of watching videos, untold videos, and taking different theories and techniques, putting together and putting to the test. Everything you know has been through experience. So I don't know a lot of moves, bro. I don't. I know a little, but I know them very well.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And the pathways I choose are very basic. It's nothing you won't see. It's nothing that you won't see in a fundamental white belt class. I do that. I do white belt stuff, just at an intricate level.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. And I think, mate, honestly, the more, like, the longer, I've been around jiu-jitsu now for sort of 10 years, right? And like the people that are always the hardest to handle. Yeah, of course you get people that throw things at you that are crazy and you're like, what the fuck was that? But they're the fundamental people that have got something. They just, you can see it coming, you just can't do anything about it. You can't do anything. See it? What can you do? Do you know what I mean? And I think there's such a power to that. I always use an example in MMA of like Khabib style, right? You know what's happening, but you can't do it. You can't stop it. Sorry, can't do it. But if you're in a situation where you get to sort of a certain level, which you see a lot, where people they try and become too tricky for me. Do you know what I mean? And they sort of lose themselves in like K-guard this, worm guard that, lapel here, do this, do that.
Give me an example what you mean.
So someone will get to a certain level where they're sort of, I don't know, forget belts, but like where they're starting to tap people on a regular.
Yeah.
And then they start going through overstudying, if that makes sense. So they'll find like the fanciest moves. And they'll find putting your leg in this position instead of that position, Berimbolo this, grab this position, and they're trying to make it more than what it is in terms of complexity. Does that make sense? Versus just the fundamentals like we're speaking about. Pass the guard.
What are you saying? Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? So I don't misunderstand what you're saying. You're saying that they're trying to make a foundation out of the complex shit.
Yeah, they're trying to overcomplicate when they don't need to. They could just pass the guard.
Yeah,
do you see what I'm saying? They're trying to go overblown.
Yeah, they're trying to find loopholes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because remember this, yeah, as you know, you've been training for what, 10 years now? That's what you said in the message anyway. Yeah, so you're nothing new to this. Bro, the things that were always there will always be there forever.
Right.
Yeah? The rear naked choke was always there, it always will be there. The armbar was always there, it always will. These foundational submissions and foundational pathways, passes, control positions will always be there. These other little loopholes catch people in and out. When people clock onto it and use their foundations to stop it, that's come and gone. It doesn't last. That shit don't last.
Yeah.
People are still getting caught at the highest level with the rear naked choke.
Because it'll always work.
It will always work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. And when you said like day one, was it day one when you said you got triangled?
Yeah.
That'll always work, bro.
Exactly.
That'll always work. But it takes to sort of like your coaching, because that's what I'm really sort of interested in, like watching some of your videos and stuff. Like, tell us how you coach people, because you're an interesting cat.
So I've got a system that I stick to with all of my students. Because I'm not trying to teach them my style with jiu-jitsu. This is not my style, and I'm not teaching them anything that they haven't seen before. What I do is put it into perspective, and I do it through positional transitions first. So I'll give you an example, yeah? We'll go through side control, yeah? And these are only transitional drills, just so you're familiar of what types of side controls there are fundamentally, yeah? So there's 5 transitions I give them. Can you give me some?
Put me on the spot now. Put me on the spot now, bro. Jesus Christ, I was hoping you'd explain. Right? I go, yeah, I was going to say that.
I will. Give me some side controls. Nothing too tricky. We're probably gonna say the same thing, but just have a different name for it. So it's not even a trick question.
So you want me to tell you side controls that I would use, or
particular side controls? Yeah, I'll give you an example. So you'll be in a Kazakatami side control.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. You'll be in a reverse sit through.
Yeah.
You're facing the legs. That side control.
Yeah.
You'll be square on. Yeah. So you're perpendicular with a head hug. That side control. They all got their different spaces, innit?
Yeah.
And what's available in those particular positions of side control vary. You can't apply. Let's say, for example, if you're on the low side control, you're hip to hip with the opponent.
Yeah.
You can't apply an armbar.
No.
Because your hips are nowhere near the armpit.
Yeah, I got
So
you.
white belts don't know that. right? So they'll be down there controlling hip to hip, yeah, because that's what they've been shown, and they try and throw up an arm bar and wonder why you can't catch it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't exist there. So learn how to navigate the side controls and know what's available there fundamentally. So I'll teach them that roadmap from every position first.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And I think, mate, that's so important because, like, the old school saying is position over submission anyway, isn't it, right?
100%.
But it's like when I was a blue belt, I found Lubo Kumbarov, who's a wrestler. I mention him all the time on it, guys. He's a Bulgarian champ. Lubo Kumbarov.
I heard about him. He's famous.
He's unbelievable.
I heard he's the man.
He's the man. He's absolute. Like, as I say, I found him when I'd been a blue belt maybe 6 months, something like that, and it changed my style entirely. And it's all like, without explaining it, like, I'm sure if you said names and stuff, I'd go, what? Like, you know, certain K guards and all this kind of stuff, people lose me with.
Yeah, 100%.
The positions that he's put me in, and it's so, like, painfully simple. Do you know what I mean? And it is all that, like, block the hips here, use the elbow there, use your head on this side, etc., etc. And it just, like, you're not reinventing the wheel, are you? Keeping things so painfully simple. And I'll give you an example. What came to mind when you started bringing up them positions was, when I'm teaching, sometimes I'll teach like getting across the body to an arm triangle from a side control.
Yeah.
And there's a particular guy, I won't mention his name, but he knows who he is. He's a motherfucker. He's great. He's really strong in certain positions, and it's hard to get the arm moving.
Expose him.
Well, Pierre, shout out Pierre.
Oh, big up Pierre.
We go around the houses on this one, but we call him dog shit Pierre because of a certain position I was teaching. He's a great guy. He's a lovely fella. But he loves an Americana, so I kept trying to find ways to catch him in an Americana just to be funny, right? But because he kept blocking this arm triangle, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But my point being, when you said about these positions, I was trying one thing, I couldn't get there on this particular guy because he's hiding it so well. So I'm using the same position just to move on. Does that make sense? So when you're saying about all these positions, that's what came to my mind in terms of, I don't need to think of X, Y, Z. This isn't working. I go to step 2.
Nothing deep.
Yeah.
Nothing deep. It's always simple. And then, when you give them that framework, you can then choose the mindset in which area you're going to apply that to. So, alright, cool, you got the foundation, that's how you navigate the body. That will never change. Now, you can add your own signature onto it, do your own little fancy shit, add it onto it. That is the foundation. Yeah, you can go and apply that in gi, you can go and apply that in MMA, you can go and apply that in just grappling if you want. No gi, do what you will with it. Yeah, I'm not going to try and teach you my shit. Yeah, I got particular things I like to do. Yeah, and I just literally keep it like that. Yeah, so I'm not trying to, again, people will say to me, "Oh, I like the techniques that you show. Yeah, your system, it's not mine. I didn't make this shit up. Yeah, I'm just showing you how to do it in perspective. That's it.
Yeah, I got you. That's interesting. And what's your affiliation? Where did you start jiu-jitsu with?
So I started at Roger Gracie's.
All right, you said sorry.
Yeah, started at Roger, and then about 2 years after that, I had a situation change. So I moved to a place in Walthamstow called with a dude called Eddie Cohn. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I have. I spoke to him actually. We spoke back and forth about potentially getting on a podcast. So shout out Eddie. Hopefully we get you on.
Big up Eddie. Yeah, so I got my black belt with him. That was in 2018. And then 2 years after that, I came out of the jiu-jitsu community. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, and started doing my own thing in my own little bubble.
That's interesting. Yeah. So you in black belt 2018. So you got fairly quick, man. You started in 2011. That's a fast fucking now. How often was you training for that?
I put in work.
Yeah, you put it away in the course, right?
I chose this as a thing that I'm going to do. It wasn't a hobby for me. You know what I'm trying to say? So, again, when I came out of prison, I don't know if you know or not, but it's difficult trying to get jobs or trying to get into colleges or universities or what. I don't know about universities, but I tried to get into a particular blind university, right? Blind college in Hereford. And I tried to get like basic jobs and whatnot. Cool. I messed up. These are the consequences. Cool. It is what it is. But the fact of the matter is I can't get a job, innit? Cool. Right. No problem. I tried to then go and get some qualifications. Let me go and get some qualifications. If I come to a sector with some qualifications, then maybe I've got a better chance of getting a job. So I went to this, like I said, this place in Hereford, went for their assessment, and they said because of my criminal record, I can't get in the campus. And it's far. Going back from London to Hereford all the time, it's not for me. If I can't stay on campus, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I'm not putting that much effort, it's not that deep. And then they made me sit aboard, and a couple of years later, a few years later, I passed. They said, yeah, now you can come, you're allowed. But I said to myself, and this is just as I was going for my purple belt grading. Yeah, I was like, am I gonna miss my purple belt grading in September to start this? or am I going to go and pursue this? I said, you know what? Find everything. I'm doing this. I'm just doing jiu-jitsu. Forget everything.
Big choice, especially back then as well, wasn't it?
Forget it. I'm doing jiu-jitsu, man. This is what's going to put bread on the table later on. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm choosing this as my path.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Man, that's unbelievable. So when you got your black belt, was that because a lot of people talk differently when they got their black belt? Is like that's like almost the start of a new journey. Did you feel like that?
It sounds like some cliche thing.
Yeah.
But I wanted the black belt until I got a black belt.
Is that right?
I wanted the black belt until I got the black belt. Even when I got the black belt, it felt great.
Yeah,
it felt amazing. It was like, yo, I've done it. It's like, oh shit, no, okay, now I'm a black belt. Now it's like, okay, now there's an expectation of me, no matter where you go. Yeah, it's like flipping. No man, I'm in quite a little predicament here. I was quite comfortable as a purple water. Purple water was my favourite zone.
It's funny. That's common. People say that.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So much. It was, and it always goes back to this. This is why I'm saying this now. Yeah. About the whole black belt enjoyed it for a while, but I don't want it anymore. It all goes back to psychology. Why did I feel so good at purple belt? It was the mental state.
Yeah.
It was it. Alright, cool. I'm no longer being taken as a joke anymore. Mm-hmm. Higher belts take me seriously, and the pressure's on the higher belts. It ain't on me. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 100%. I can relate to that.
It's like a comfortable zone to be in.
Yeah.
You get. No, I don't know if respected is the right word, but I'm gonna use it anyway. You get respected more if you tap out a higher belt, a brown belt or a black belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And if they tap you out, it's like they're supposed to. So you're just in a comfortable position.
There's no pressure.
Thank you.
There's no pressure. You just
good mindset, and it's without no pressure. It's a good space to grow mentally.
I hear that.
You know what I'm trying to say? When you got these other variables come into place, like oh no, brown belts and black belts. Now I've got something to prove. I can't let anyone younger than me, lower belt than me, get me. Then that interrupts your learning. Your learning experience. I don't know. Maybe it did for me anyway.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think it's not the right mentality to have anyway. Is it? Like you said about Steve Henshaw, he's mentality. He don't mind getting tapped. Do you know what I mean? It's about improvement and about keeping it real, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because the big thing about jiu-jitsu that I think needs to always stay is like if you go into, for example, not that I'm shitting on any others, but if you go into like I don't know, a Hapkido school or something like that.
Yeah, you're shitting on them, man. You took shots.
Keto class, so fuck it, yeah. We'll shit on Hapkido today, and next time we'll pick Taekwondo. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to stay pure. Like, because the thing, the reason I bring up Hapkido, when I went to this Hapkido class, there's people in there that are black belts. And I've never done Hapkido before in my life, and I was looking at him thinking, I could probably beat you at Hapkido today.
Yeah.
Because I'm fit. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas like jiu-jitsu, like you got no chance. I don't care how fit and strong you are. If you go in and you've never done it before and there's a black belt on them, mate, you can't. You're not going to touch him.
Did you think that?
What do you mean?
No. Like, before the experience of being dominated, did you think that a black belt could beat you up?
Do you know what I probably thought?
No way I'd have thought of black belt.
No, I would have thought like I'll probably give him some problems. It'd be close. I'm whatever. But then you go there and you realise that that's not even in the fucking universe. Like it's like you said, the blue belt example is perfect. Like the first time you're in a mat with a blue belt, you're like, well, I remember, to be honest, when I started, I can't remember the guy's name, otherwise I'll mention it. But he was like a 4-stripe white belt, and I started. And even what he could do to me, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, well, I can't do nothing here. Do you know what I mean? So I loved it straight away. I'm sure most people do anyway, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
You can't deny it because you're gonna lie to yourself after that. You know this shit works. Yeah. You just got dominated against your will. It's very different to striking arts because you always going to think you have a chance when someone knocks you out. Yeah. And you're like, alright, cool. If only I just work a little bit harder, or I try a different technique, maybe I'll get him, or what. It's always a chance.
Yeah, and there's an element of two as well. If I'm a bit faster, if I'm a bit
exactly,
do you know what I mean? Whereas there's none of that in jiu-jitsu. You can't do that in jiu-jitsu.
You have to accept that he's better than you. He's superior. The moment he gets his hands on you, he's better than you. Yeah. And the only way you're gonna overcome that is learning what he knows. You can't. There's no such thing as anti-grappling. No. Like
a choker's chance, they say, don't they? You can't. There's no choker's chance. No choker's chance in it. But it's interesting when you because everyone says the same thing, right? We've all had them stories. If you've gone to jiu-jitsu for more than 6 month, you understand the score. It doesn't mean you're any good yet, but you know what I'm saying. You understand the score, the hierarchy, the whole 100%. Kind of size. I nearly said size doesn't matter. Size does matter, of course, but to a point, right? Whereas if there's a little black belt on the mat, he's still gonna dominate. He's still gonna dominate.
You're gonna finish.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was teaching a class once a few years ago in Brixton. Shout out Brixton New School.
Big up
Brixton New School, and they
New School, yeah.
New School.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
You're from New School.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I need to visit you, man.
Yeah, come down for sure.
I've been on my bucket list for a while.
Yeah,
Who's the black brother? Black belt. No, he's a brown belt. What's his name?
Reese.
Reese.
Well, it's funny you say that because as we sat here yesterday, I said to you beforehand, my mate got his black belt yesterday. That was
him. He got him?
That was him, yeah.
He got his black belt yesterday.
So shout out to Reese Bailey.
He doesn't like no gi, bro.
When I was saying it, I was like, shout out to the boys. I was talking about them.
I know.
Yeah.
But I checked out his page. I respect what he does, yeah. I put a Gordon Ryan post, and clearly he's the best. I don't care what anyone says. He's the best, bro.
Yeah.
He comes in my comment section and says, but he doesn't train in gi. So I'm checking at this guy. I'm like, I thought it's just a random guy. When you get random comments, you don't know shit about anything. Yeah. You're having a comments. Oh, check out this guy. Oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah. Okay, good. This guy's fit and plus he does bare. I love what I saw on his page.
Yeah, he's a great guy too.
Bad man.
Great guy. I've known him forever. We was like white belts together.
But he's like my guy Luke, bro. You're a gi fundamentalist, bro. Let it go for a little bit, bro.
Yeah. Let go. He's down, Luke.
And you got another dude there called Anthony, right?
Anthony, Chahal,
Yeah, and who told me about New School first? Leon Wandi. Know Leon Wandi?
Of course. Budo Wandi. I saw him yesterday. They was all there, the boys. Yeah. Like, a long time I've known him. Yeah, he's a great guy.
You man at Elephant and Castle?
No, so Brixton.
Brixton.
So the main one is in Battersea, the original. There's one in Brixton, which is Reese's, and there's one in Cheam now, which is a fella called Wukash.
Where?
Cheam. So
that's the one you're talking about.
That's the one I was talking about before.
New School.
Yeah, it's all new school. All new school.
So
so Wukash, Polish guy, another great friend of mine, long time black belt. He's that's his place. And it's cool because you said about he's mostly gi, right, Reese? And Brixton, they have most of the classes that are gi. They do no gi as well, obviously, but Cheam's the other way around. So it's mostly no gi, and they do a few gi classes. So it's a good mix, you know.
Alright, so on that subject, who do you think is the best grappler out there
in the world?
Right now, under the lights,
I think you got to say Gordon Ryan, don't you?
Easy, no brainer.
Yeah. You have to.
Do you think he'll beat most people in the gi as well?
Good question. In the gi, I don't know. In the gi, but he definitely. Here's what I'd say.
Do you think he's shit in the gi?
No.
Come on.
No, of course not. I think he'd do a lot better in the gi against the top gi guys than the other way around.
100%.
Do you know? The other way around for sure. And I'm definitely going to take some stick for that one. But shout out the boys.
Yeah, mate. Greatest of all time in terms of accomplishments.
I mean, it's tough because Gordon's on his way, I think, isn't he? But Roger Gracie's probably comes to mind.
Easy.
Roger Gracie.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Gi and no gi.
Yeah. And MMA as well.
Chat to him. Yeah. Because he done well. But he smashed up ADC. I swear he's the only guy to get every single fight submission. Gordon hasn't done that yet, has he?
I don't know. Good question. I know Roger Gracie is, but I don't know about Gordon Ryan. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really follow things that much. I told you I'm a caveman, but I remember Gordon saying something about he needs to go for an ADC where he finishes every opponent. But I remember the last ADCC, not the last one, the one before that, Victor Hugo, he didn't tap out.
Right, okay, so we didn't get the clean sweep.
So we didn't get the clean. Everyone else he smoked.
Yeah.
Even Andre Gavard, the way he done
him dirty,
man, I can't believe it, man.
Mate, and I mean Andre Gavard was definitely not on steroids, right?
Definitely not, man.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, if he's not, I want the same breakfast that man's having.
Fuck it. Some of that Weetabix, mate. Bear with me 1 moment, yeah?
Yeah, take your time, mate.
I'm just going to put on the heating.
Yeah, put it on the heating. It's pretty hot in here. If you see, I might have to hoodie off in a sec.
Is it?
Yeah, mate.
You too hot?
Enough for me, mate.
Cool.
But maybe they like it cold over North London, I don't know.
You cold-blooded geezers.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Yeah.
But comment below, guys. We're talking about gi, no gi. This is obviously a bit no gi heavy this side. But
no, I'm not,
tell us. Huh?
I'm not. We do 6 months gi and 6 months no gi here.
Do you?
Yeah, on and off.
Interesting.
So we do from April to October no gi, and then from October to April in gi.
Now that's even more interesting. That might be the most interesting thing you've said so far.
Why?
Take us through that, because most people, they'll do, if they do both, which a lot of people do both in fairness, right? Most people probably do both, but they don't tend to do it in such, well, I don't know, you tell me. I've never heard people do it so extreme when they're in and out the gi for
number one,
periods.
It's not that deep at all, to be fair. Number one, if you're going to be training, you can't be, my thing is this. If you prefer one over the other, fine, fair play. Don't be good at one and shit at the other. That's it. What's the point?
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, for
Don't be oblivious to the other.
Yeah.
So be familiar fundamentally on both sides. Cool. Then we got okay, but what's the likelihood of anyone going to be wearing a big thick jacket? Well, in the winter time.
I was gonna say in the winter a lot, a big good chance.
Yeah, in the summer no. So okay, through the summer we train no gi. Through the coldest side of the seasons we train in the gi. This keep. I don't like it, to be fair. I prefer to always be. It's more comfortable for me. Always be my no gi.
Right.
Out of comfort, the washing's long, carrying it is long. Yeah, I don't like dressing like a samurai ninja. Yeah.
Don't get on the bus in your gi with
exactly. You know what I'm trying to say. So.
That might be the move, bro. We might have to like make a documentary or something, go into different gyms in our gi on the train.
And my dude done that one time. My dude's a nutter. This guy walked over to big up Fahad, madman. He went to Buckingham Palace, got out of the car, put on his gi and his black belt, just walking down the street, just like a nutter. Take a picture with the guards and that. Yeah, he's a character, that guy is, you know.
Yeah. Just a lunatic walks back in his gi.
Yeah.
And what was the reasoning behind that? Just for a laugh?
Honestly, I can't remember the reason why we went down there, but he did that spontaneously for a laugh. Yeah, because he had the stuff in the back. He's a nutter.
But I'll tell you one thing I want to touch on as well, because I know you're into a bit of strength and conditioning, right? So you said to me you're bulking at the moment intentionally. So the reason I ask is I've had strength and conditioning coaches on here, but there's also a lot of jiu-jitsu guys as well that don't like strength and conditioning at all. They're very much on the just pure jiu-jitsu, don't do anything else. What's your views on strength and conditioning?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't think there's like some like overall undisputed thing about this. Look at Marcelo. He said he doesn't do it because he'd rather do the grappling than waste time doing weights.
And that's
And he goes, that works for him. Fair play.
Yeah.
You got the others say that, the strength and conditioning helps me. I don't think anything other than grappling can replicate that strength.
Right.
I think it can give you some support on it, but nothing replicates it, because all the moves are done dynamically in some unorthodox type of positions that you can't find in the gym anyway. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm bulking up not for anything else other than I want to be more lazy. So I've got a decent technique.
Right.
And I just want to lay on people a bit more extra weight. That's all. No other reason.
Like anti-jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, to a lay. Yeah, but I would never supplement my technique for muscle and strength. That doesn't work.
And what strength conditioning, what you say, so I keep saying strength conditioning, you said bulking up. Like in terms of what do you do? Are you just purely lifting weights to get big? And
so look at my guy, Paulie Green. He got me on this bulking up thing. And his method was quite quick actually.
Okay.
Quite efficient. I've never had a coach that's specifically helped me to bulk up.
Right.
It was efficient. I liked it. What was your question? Sorry, I went over.
In terms of what you do for strength conditioning.
The basic on dumbbells, weighted pull-ups, leg press machine on leg day, squats, assisted squats. What's that thing that the guys don't like doing because they think it's a woman thing? That one.
God knows. Jesus Christ. We call it. It looks like a butterfly something or other.
You're the one. You must
I know what you're talking about.
One, and then the
adductor machine.
That's the one.
Adductor machine.
And then the one that the
reverse of it. Yeah.
My favorite. Oh my days! Wow, that's like gold dust. No one uses it either.
The hip thrust machine.
Yeah, don't use shit.
Yeah, I know what the hip thrust is, but they got an actual machine of that.
You've never seen it?
Nah.
What?
Well, basically like the hump the air machine, right?
Yeah, shove the air machine. Yeah. So you strap yourself up, bro. Put however you can handle on that. Hip up, undo the latch. You dip down so low. That's amazing.
Just in case a heavy girl wants to get involved.
A heavy what? Did you say?
A heavy girl wants to get involved. She wants to get on top. She wants to get involved. I'm ready, son. So take us through, like you said, you don't compete and whatnot, right?
No,
so
I've competed.
That's what I'm saying. So take us through, because I know you've competed. So I've done a bit of homework, bro. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. But so take us through, like as I say, you don't compete. You said now.
No.
What's the thought process on that and why?
You might have heard this from so many different people. When I started jiu-jitsu, that was my first experience, innit? Yeah. But when I went, remember, I'm doing this as I come out of prison, this is fighting. I didn't know this was a straight up grappling only. I always thought there was like strikes involved. Yeah. And I remember watching these old school Gracie videotapes.
The Gracie in actions.
That one.
Yeah.
I remember I'm putting this on my screen. I'm like to the screen, trying to watch every single move, and I'm seeing these guys. Getting them mount, getting triangles, and the other guys really trying to punch him up, and they're coping with it, they're dealing with it. So when I went to Rogers, I realised one thing I was like, okay, they started teaching some different positions. They're like, okay, here you'll get 2 points. I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. This is competition style. I get it. Yeah. So now I know what type of style I'm doing. Cool, fair play. But 6 to 7 months into it, there was a big dude, I forget his name, man, a big fella blue belt. What's his name? Kevin. He was like, you should compete, man. You should compete, man. I was like, what? Compete, yeah? Well, you think so? You think I'm good enough? He goes, yeah, I think you're good enough. You should compete. I thought, alright, cool. I got there. What do I get? Yeah, you got to pay. You got to pay. You got to pay to compete. Cool. So, alright, cool. Nah, that's juice isn't worth the squeeze for me. I thought you were gonna win shit. Yeah. So then my guy Jamal convinced me to compete with him as a blue belt.
Okay.
So I had my first competition at Southern Open in Brighton, and I went against this guy called Seb. Okay. Yeah, judo black belt. Yeah.
In the blue belt division. That's good.
Yeah. And the way this guy dashed me, he done this thing, yeah. What's it? When this one, that one.
Like a foot sweep, yeah, like an old-fashioned foot sweep. Yeah. Someone might help us out with a technical name, but yeah.
He done this so slick on me, and here how arrogant I am, yeah. It's how arrogant. After I got to learn it. If it worked to me, it has to work. Who am I? How am I the bitch want to know what works?
Maybe if it works on you, it must be great. Yeah.
It must be great. How about you with this rubbish? Yeah. But it did happen to be one of those things that I did end up using all the time. It was a banger. So that was one competition as a blue belt. I didn't compete a whole again for blue belt. It just wasn't in my interest. The next competition I had was a purple belt, 2015. Copper Box Arena. Had my first match there, won. Second match, lost to advantage. I was like, cool. Competed again at Southern Open that year. Got gold. I was like, alright, cool. I didn't want to, by the way.
You didn't want it?
Nah. I've never wanted to. Like, every time I sign up for a competition, it'll be like, cool, the hype. The moment it's done, I was like, I don't want to do this. And the closer got to the time, I'm like, oh, fuck, this is long, bro.
Yeah, okay.
This is long. Like, what am I doing this for? Like, I have no interest for this stuff whatsoever. I just love training. Yeah. I just like getting good. I just want to know that I can hold myself down. Yeah. That's all I care about. Then I had another competition at English Open. Lost both my fights to 2 points against Max Bickerton. You heard of him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Then after that, I didn't. I had one more. Where was it? Crystal Palace, IBJJF. Lost my first fight there. Then I didn't compete the whole of brown belt. As soon as I got my black belt, I competed the week after that. Nice. I just thought, alright, cool. I don't know. Again, it was a hype thing. My friend Hamza was like, "There's a competition going in All Stars. Do you want to do it?" I was like, cool. I'm a brown belt now. I'm going for my grading on the weekend. This weekend. The following weekend is going to be the competition. I might not be a black belt. I might not get my grading. Who knows? But sign me up as a black belt. Just in case I get my black belt. I ended up getting my black belt. Went for some crazy long ass test. Broke me down. Yeah. Following week got there. That's what happened. Because there was no one in my medium heavy division. They put me into what's the one above heavyweight?
Ultra heavy.
Ultra heavy, yeah. They put me into ultra heavyweight, right? So I had one fight with a guy, won my first fight. Then I had another fight with another guy. I was 2 points down. Then I broke his wrist from a wrist lock. And then my man said, "Nah, I don't care about anything because he's not having it." He let his wrist break.
Oh, he let it go?
He let it break all the way through. Yeah, which worked in my favour later when I tell you why. Yeah, and then he ended up winning that. So I come second in my weight division. And then I went to the, what do you want to call it? What's the thing called? When there's all different weights in there?
Open weight.
Absolute. Out of the competition world, I get stuck in these moves. So I went to the absolute thing now. And because his wrist was broken, he didn't enter the absolute.
Right.
Yeah. So I end up, and that's the absolute is what you get paid for, by the way. So I end up getting my money back and a gi.
There you go.
Yeah. And a gold medal.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a better day out.
Yeah, it's a better day out, bro. And here's the thing. Here what my biggest anxiety was in that last one, in that absolute. They put a purple belt in there. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I was like, oh shit.
Can't lose to the lower belt. Yeah.
This ain't gonna look good, is it? This ain't gonna look well. But He was the only one that actually, but this guy's a lump, man.
Purple belt was a lump.
Lump. I don't even think, no one was in his category anywhere.
How big are we talking?
Bro, I'm not exaggerating guy, bro. Yeah. Maybe if he sees his video, he can verify the weight at the time. But I'm saying, easy, 110, between 110 and 115.
So a proper lump, yeah.
Yeah, big lump.
Serious lump.
Yeah, and these times here, I'm 80. 85, sorry. I'm 85. Yeah.
So he's got no pressure. He's a purple belt.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Black belt.
My thing was like, this guy's got no pressure. He's a purple belt, so he's not new. Yeah. I don't know how long he's been a purple belt for, so he's probably experienced. Yeah. He's heavier than me. This can go real bad.
Yeah.
But thank God, the Most High, I was able to get a submission within like 2 minutes. Yeah. I didn't get the submission to anyone else, but just him. But you know what? Then I thought, you know what? All right, cool. Maybe I'll start competing at black belt, see where I am. Yeah. Cool. So the next one I went to is it's why I started going to this place called Grand Union. You heard of them?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So in Grand Union, I met this guy called Zade. Heard of him?
Yep, Jiu-Jitsu.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu. Remember, I don't know people like that.
Yeah, no, with it.
I tell you what, I know people when I go there and experience it.
Yeah, the only reason I know him, he was on open mat sometimes at New School when he was like a purple belt. So I met him then.
Yeah, that's where I met him when he was a purple.
Yeah.
Flipping bad dude he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I rolled him a few times and he said, bro, you need to go to Polaris. He goes, I don't care what you say. You know he's hyping it. You see, he spoke to him. I don't care what you say. I'm doing it right now. We got into the. I can't remember if we got into the. He goes, listen, my guy's coming. He's competing. Trust me, he's gonna win. I thought, how's my guy got confidence in me like that? I don't. Yeah. So I end up traveling to this contenders. Yeah, in flipping Wales by myself and a coach. Yeah. Oh. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be there.
On your own as well.
Then I thought to myself, maybe this is my thought process. Maybe if I just turn up and do this might be a path that I can pursue. Maybe something's gonna come out. I'll never know if I don't go. Yeah, I'm not feeling it, but I'll go there. Anyway, got there, lost on decisions or submission, right? Yeah, lost on decision. Alright, cool. I'm done with this, man. Then I thought, alright, cool. Let me go. Oh, no. Before that, bruv. Sorry, I went to Grappling Industries. Yeah. So it's a bit of a long one. Yeah, Liam Mundy signed me up to this one.
Did he? Liam? Oh, so you know Liam well?
Yeah, he's one of my coaches, man.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, wow, I know Liam well. Yeah, great.
This guy is a foundational freak. He knows his shit.
He's unbelievable. His mind is crazy. He's unbelievable.
He's flipping amazing.
Yeah.
So he signed me up for this Grappling Industries, and I thought he was going to be there. Yeah, because he's coached me at another competition before. I just love being with him, innit? Yeah. So come to the morning, I don't want to go. Yeah, I don't want to go. I phoned up. I messaged Liam. I said I'm making way. Oh no, that's not. Well, he messaged me. He said, "Good luck, buddy, today." I'm like, "What? You're not coming?" I'm walking out my flat at these times, yeah, and I'm thinking, you know what? Fuck, I'm not going. I don't want to go. Yeah, there's something to say. I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was. Someone just said go. I didn't want to go, so I turned up there. It was in Finchley, I think. Got through the door, got to the thing where they signed your name, and they go, "Oh, you're on now." Huh? Shit, got changed, got onto the mat straight away. Go, bomb, absolute. I win. Cool. Next one, in, win. I get a gold medal. I'm like,
good job you showed up.
Yeah, mate, that's exactly what I thought. Good job I showed up. But bear in mind, I don't deserve anything. I don't train for this stuff. Yeah. I just turn up. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think you get very far in competition just showing up, bro. You got to put work in it. Yeah. Then I got into a scrap with another dude in my weight division. He beat me twice in 2 points. Yeah. Cool. Next competition, I got whitewashed 50-0. Ooh. That's my last competition. 50-0. One guy 26, other guy 24. Ooh. Yeah. This one, why did I go to this one? Greedy bastard. It's got money in it. If I win this, I get money and I get a trip to Abu Dhabi or something like that. I said, let me give it a go. Yeah. I'm like, but the caveat to this is only the adult division. 10 minute rounds. I'm like, alright, cool. I'm gonna go for it anyway. Anyway, the day come, I wasn't on weight. Yeah, and I didn't want to be there. Right. Then I thought, yes. I'll be real with you. I was like, yes. I don't want to do this anyway. I don't even want to be here. And then I thought, then they said, and then Freddie Sykes, you know Freddie Sykes?
Yeah, I've met him. Don't know him well, but I know he is.
Freddie's like, no, come on, we're gonna help you drop this weight. Don't worry, bro. Yeah, I had to lose like I think 0.9 or something. Yeah, I'm gonna help you. Don't worry. So I went down another Tom Tit, come back out, started doing mad exercises. Took off my gi. So I look like a madman. Took off my gi, started sweating profusely. Went back. Okay, I've lost 0.4. I'm getting closer. I'm hoping that I fell. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this competition. I don't want to be here, bro. Yeah. Boom. This ain't taking no credit. Yeah, the man smoked me, by the way. Yeah. No taking credit from Raphael and that Yakub guy. I can't remember. I don't even know who they are, but they were bad. Yeah. And then went back and I thought, he goes, yep, you're on. Go. Cool. No problem. Got onto the mat now. First guy is Raphael. Yeah. Bro, the first 2 minutes felt normal. Then I'm on the floor. Cool. No problem. Passing my guard, no problem. One of my guys said, you're 4 minutes in. I swear to God, I thought it was near the end of the round. I couldn't believe
Not even halfway.
What? I swear, I don't know what stopped me. Now I know what stopped me from tapping out from fatigue. My ego. I was like, I cannot tap out from fatigue here. I can't do it. I can't. Listen, this guy passed my guard. I've recovered again. I don't know if he's letting me recover or if I'm recovering, who knows. I know, pass the guard, boom, pass the guard, boom. He's accumulating points. Knee on belly, mount. Bro, I'm just praying, please, bro. I need to survive. This is long. Time, cool, time's done. Cool. I thought I'm out now, done. So I'm sitting, chilling with my guy Hamza. Just done. Like, yo, I'm ready to go and get some food after. They go, yeah, you're on again. What? This is long. Little than long guy and get some little bad boy young kid, bro. Yeah. Felt him. When I felt this guy now, I'm like, oh my goodness gracious me, I can feel his skill. His skill is he's so foundational. Yeah. I'm like, this guy is bad. This is long. Again, same whole process. I didn't want to be there. It was long. I'm tired. I want to quit. It's long. Survived the whole round. Cool. Survived the whole round. Went to my guy Hamza. I said, I guarantee you that last guy I was with, he's going to win by submission. I guarantee you. He is solid. What happened? He was in the finals and he choked. I think he was right. He choked Raphael with some next back collar choke. And I don't know what it was. Bruv, that's my last competition. I said, I'm not doing this again. Long. What am I doing this for? I'm not doing it. That was back in 2019.
2019, that was it.
I ain't competed since.
And you're not changing your mind anytime soon?
No, do you know why? People might say, oh, you're scared to come. No, listen. At the end of the day, if anybody, jiu-jitsu, you can't lie with yourself, right? Mm-hmm. You can't pretend to be good at jiu-jitsu. No. Yeah? It's not like these old school martial art guys, they sit there, no one sees them do anything, they just walk around their black belt and that's it. No. You can see who knows their shit and who doesn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah? And if you haven't seen them, word gets around. You'll get exposed quickly. Yeah. Cool. If anybody wants to grapple with me, they're welcome to. Just come.
Come to the cave.
Come to the cave, man.
No points in the cave.
No, come play. It's only a game anyway, bro. Yeah. It's only, we're not having a real fight, man. Yeah. Come on, come play, come, welcome. As long as you're not an arsehole, yeah, you're welcome. Come. You want to prove yourself, you want to learn something, you want to, come. So why don't we need to compete?
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Would there? Mm-hmm. If there was some serious money, but there's nothing you can do to entice me for a competition.
I got you.
Yeah? What, you're going to offer me 10 grand? I don't need your 10 grand. Offer me $1 million? Yeah.
For anyone out there, if anyone's offering 10 grand, I'll take the 10 grand.
Would you?
Yeah, fuck right, 10 grand.
That's what's happening now. Like, they're getting paid 10 grand. Nah, that's no.
Yeah, no.
If I was flat broke,
yeah,
then probably. But yeah. I'm cool.
Yeah, no, I get you, of course, cool. And I think that's the right way to compete anyway. If you're competing, you should want to compete, right?
You should want to.
There's nothing worse than watching someone compete who you know doesn't want to be there.
100%.
I know, not necessarily jiu-jitsu, but more sort of MMA and boxing, doesn't want to be there, and you can see they're there for a payday.
You can see it.
They're there for a payday, and it's hard sight, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's not a fun 100%. Thing to say.
You compete.
Bits and pieces, not a match. No, to be honest with you, the short answer would be no. I'm starting to do different bits and pieces. I tell you, as we said before, I was boxing before, right? Yeah. So I was kind of still in the, I'm going to box, I'm going to do this, and I didn't really have enough interest in competing in jiu-jitsu.
Just by default, you just enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, but to be honest, I say it's a bit more than that because I always sort of planned on competing more, if that makes sense. Yeah. I planned on doing it, but sort of left it on a back burner a bit and didn't get round to it. I've done the odd competition here and there, but like, you know, there'll be like a year and a half between.
Be real though.
Yeah.
Is any reason why you don't compete a result of some type of insecurity?
No, I don't think so. No,
don't think so.
No, I don't think so. No, I know what you're saying, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm coming round to more. I'm like coming into 2025.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this year I want to start competing a lot. Do you know what I mean? And have it. But to be honest, the biggest reason I didn't is when I started, I was still boxing. So I was still in that kind of. And I tell you, the biggest reason as well was because the weights were a bit different, and I didn't want to upset my weight. In terms of going to jiu-jitsu, I should have just competed heavier in jiu-jitsu. It wouldn't have made a difference, right? But I kind of left it on a back burner and didn't get round to it.
Yeah.
It's more the thing. But I know what you're saying, and shout out to anyone competition-wise that gives me stick in the gym, because there's like in Brixton, people are competing like multiple times.
They might have
all the time.
competed all the
Constant,
time.
yeah. And I get stick for it all the time. Why don't you compete on this one? And I go, yeah, I will. And then it comes like a week before, and I'm like, oh, I didn't fucking sign up. So, you know, it is what it is. But we'll get to it. What's your plans in terms of future with like, I know you've got quite an online presence, haven't you? Now.
Yeah, but to be fair, sorry, bear with me one moment.
Yeah, stay with it, mate.
Sorry.
It's all right, mate. Give us any comments and any questions, guys, because this is a good one. And as we said, this is the cave, Zayd's cave. So I'll be back here for some training at some point. Maybe we'll get some content.
It's the man cave, mate.
The man cave, the Zayd cave. We'll call this. I can say Zayd, so I don't say paid again.
Is that?
Fucked that up right at the start, didn't I? Jesus Christ.
Now, all honesty,
Yeah.
when you're like, oh, what is it with jiu-jitsu? Bro, grappling's not that deep for me.
Yeah.
It's something that I do, whether I have students or whether I didn't have, well, you need people to train with, or whether I had people to train that wants to come and learn off me or not, I'll be doing it.
Yeah.
It's something that's giving me mental stability, physical stability, it's giving me confidence. Everything other than the actual competency of fighting is giving me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really care about jiu-jitsu or grappling like that, or whether I want to take it. I'm happy with what I'm doing now. I don't even want to come out of my cave. I've got different locations where I teach. Central London, I'm in Chigwell. My students, I love them. We're all on this. No one can't just walk in here. So this is what I'm saying. When I said I left the jiu-jitsu world for a few years, yeah, it's because there's certain types of people that are allowed to come into a public place.
Right.
You can't just come in here.
Yeah.
So everyone I train with, I know them. I know where they live. I know their jobs. We go out to eat together.
Yeah.
We all know each other. We love each other. Nothing toxic can happen here.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah, because that's a good. Because basically, from what you're saying, it's like you've made it, haven't you? You've done. You're living what you want to live.
I'm good.
You've got to the other side and used it for what you needed for.
All I needed. But at the end of the day, there's not one person I've taught. And it's all based on my experience. I don't know anything other than my experience. Yeah. So everyone that I've taught, not one of them has learned or wanted to do jiu-jitsu other than overcoming some form of insecurity, whether they knew it or not. Yeah, some people are, why do you want to fight? Why do you want to learn to grappling? Oh, because I want to learn I want to compete. Why do you want to compete? It always goes down to something that they're insecure about. Oh, I want to learn how to fight. Even tough guys, I want to learn how to fight. Why do you want to learn to fight for? Obviously you want to learn to fight because you don't feel you're worthy of fighting or you're competent. That's an insecurity. Fair play, deal with the insecurity, innit? Yeah. Other people come in, oh, I don't feel like a man at home. Huh? Bro. Some people don't even want to come into train. They train jiu-jitsu. They want to be in an environment with a solid guy. Like, wow, I've built up so much amazing relationship just from teaching.
Yeah.
I've learned so much about the actual art itself from teaching as well. But I don't care about the bunch of techniques, bro. They don't mean anything to me. And plus, when you're doing grappling, we're all having a bit of fun grappling anyway. It's not a real fight, bro. Do you train? Do you train real effed up scenarios regularly?
In terms of, what do you mean?
Talking about, we start from the feet. This is on tops, fighting, striking the elbows, biting.
Oh right, yeah, no, of course not. Yeah,
Do you train that regularly?
No,
I do.
you do.
By default. So when
Yeah.
I'm fighting outside, I'm not gonna start pulling off things that I haven't been training, because you can't think when you're in a real fight.
Right.
You just do what you've been training to do.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
I train that regularly. Most people don't.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing grappling, I'm having fun. This is cool. It's a bunch of techniques. We sharpen them up. We get good at it. Don't think that that's gonna save you outside. And but the likelihood of you going to get into a fight outside is highly unlikely anyway. When's the last time you got into a real fight, bro? You fucked yourself up.
You've asked me a question. You put me on the spot. So now define real fight. Define real fight, because I mean a real fight, I mean a real altercation. Oh, recently, fairly recently.
Yeah.
Fairly recently.
Were you the reason, or was the other person the reason?
Other person was the reason. I was walking down. I was on. It was fairly late. I'll keep it vague, right? But it was.
Yeah, don't incriminate yourself, man.
No. I mean, nothing really. I mean, it was fairly late, a bit dark. I went through an alley as a cut through, and there was a couple of drunk blokes in there, and they gave me a bit of stick and whatnot, and it turned into a bit of a situation.
Alright, cool. When was the last time you had one before that?
For a while, good few years.
My point is, you go through most of your time not fighting than having a real fight.
Yeah, so real life situation.
Yeah, so just enjoy all the benefits that come with training other than what you think it is, meaning I'm going to be able to handle myself outside. There's so much more to it than that, man. Enjoy it for what it is, innit?
Yeah.
You know the ones.
Yeah, but you know what? It's funny you say that when you said to me, because you asked me we were in competition and stuff, and you said about insecurities before, and I said no.
Yeah.
But when you talk about jiu-jitsu as a whole, and like not so much jiu-jitsu, maybe more about combat sports, that was definitely the reason I started, for sure. Like when I got into boxing, it was exactly that reason. You want to fight, right? You want to be able to fight. You want to do things. So I can definitely relate to that for sure. And when you see people coming in jiu-jitsu more so than like boxing's a bit more of a tough guy environment, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Whereas jiu-jitsu, I feel like a lot more people come in to learn, and a lot more people come in the gym to just have a good time.
What's the boxing gym experience like?
I mean, it's not.
You've been in the game.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. It's not. I mean, if you're an outsider and you've come, it depends. It depends. If you're a kid, for example, and I mean a proper kid, like 11, 12, something like that, and your dad brings you down there, it might be a bit different.
Nothing but love.
A little bit. It's a harsh environment. Do you know what I mean? But it's a bit different. If you walk in there at say 20. Then it's not a great experience. Yeah. For the most part, it might be changing a bit this day and age because there's more gyms and it's a bit more sort of the younger generation teaching now. But like when I was sort of like when I would have been that age, if you walked in at 20, it would have been quite a harsh environment. It would have been like, what are you here for? What do you want?
One of them ones.
All right, mate. Yeah, go on, get on the bag. And that's if you're lucky.
I respect it.
And but there's a reality to it too. If you're a boxing gym, it's not quite the same, and I can't speak for all boxing gyms obviously, but it's not quite the same as jiu-jitsu where it's a welcome environment. They're looking for people that can be champions, do you know what I mean? They're looking for people that can win them things. So it's a bit of a different, if you come in at 20 and you've got no boxing experience, as an example, they're looking at you going, well, what are you here for? Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas if you're 12, it's a bit different. They're like, yeah, okay, hit the bag, let's see what's going on.
Do you think fighting's for everybody?
No.
You think jiu-jitsu's for everybody?
No, not for everybody, but for a lot more people than boxing.
I like that still.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think learning jiu-jitsu is for everybody. You can learn it all. You'll come in the class. You can be like super fragile, whatnot. Find a drilling partner, someone's going to facilitate for you. That's for everybody. Yeah. But thinking that you're going to be able to apply it for real, that's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
It takes a certain mindset, a certain physical strength. Yeah. It's not for everyone. Everyone ain't built like that. Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah. Do you know what's interesting? I've shouted him out before. Claudish, who does Krav Maga. He's a top Krav Maga instructor, and I was offered any privilege to teach some wrestling at one of his monthly seminars recently. I met some great people there. It was really good. Krav Maga London. Anyone who's into that, look it up. But it's a bit like what you're saying. You know, when you're saying how often do you train for someone biting you and elbowing you and stuff like that. And talking to him, I've known him for years. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu as well, by the way. So he knows the score.
He knows his stuff.
He knows a lot of stuff, and he's brilliant. Very humble guy too for what he is, and he's I said to him in the new year I want to start training some stuff with him and learning some Krav Maga from him just for that reason. Like you said, he done me, and he'll know this if he ever watches this. He really done me. Like recently we was at a grading and I was messing about with him and I half threw an elbow whatever. As I went to walk off, he just gave me one of them right in the nuts.
Right, the nuts. Oh,
and you know when you go, yeah, cool man, like, and I walk off like no problem. I got in the shower and I was like, bro.
He gave you the thing, the
ding, yeah, the little thing. I like played it off like I'm tough. I walked off with my chest puffed out, and then I went straight to the shower. I'm in the shower. I'm like, fuck, Claudius, man.
That vibrated.
Take it easy, bro.
Vibrated through your whole body. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but so can we talk about your eyes? You said about like how you're blind, but I wouldn't know. Like you seem like you're define blind for me.
Alright, cool. When you say blind, meaning. Blind is a spectrum. Right. Deaf is a spectrum. Yeah. Am I all black, can't see anything? No, that's not the case. Mm-hmm. If I look at you right now, you're not there. You're missing. Okay. Nothing there. This is how I got to look at you. But when I look at you like this, am I looking at what am I seeing? What I'm seeing is I got light receptors, yeah, so I can see that the room is illuminated. Okay. There's a blurry figure there. I can't see what that figure is. Okay. So, given that I'm having a conversation with you, I can hear that you're a man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Given I know you're a human being, and I used to have vision when I was a kid, I know roughly what a human being looks like. I remember what a human being looks like. So my peripheral vision here works out a quick little picture to what that can be. But I can't. If I'm saying, okay, let me identify the details on this figure, I can't see anything.
I got you.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's hard to explain. It's real hard to explain. Most of the things that I quote unquote make out is because my brain makes a picture from it based on previous experiences.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. You walk. A person is walking past me with a dog in their hand. I can't see that's a man or a woman. I can't see that's even a human being. So there's a figure that I can see like this from a peripheral quickly, and it's not even that I can focus on it because it shakes.
Okay.
Yeah. That figure with another tiny figure next to it can either be they're walking with a toddler or they're walking with a dog.
Right.
More than likely a dog. If that little figure's a little bit in front of them, so it works out. Person, dog.
Right.
But I'm not actually seeing that's a dog or that's a person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
It's hard to flip and explain.
No, I get it.
It's hard.
Your brain does the maths.
The brain does the maths.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I can see is light receptors and blurry figures from my peripheral.
Right.
That
And you
shake.
said when you was a kid you could see.
Yeah, well, up until 10, I had perfect vision.
Right.
It started deteriorating from 10 onwards.
What's the reason?
Rapidly.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, there's a condition. I was diagnosed with a thing called RP, retinitis pigmentosis first, and then that's what I was led to believe it was. I took another, they were doing some big study with genes and that, and I think they took my bloods in 2018, come back with the results in 2019, and they specified it. So you got this thing called Stargardt's disease.
Okay.
Even now, I haven't looked too deep in it. I don't really care about it anymore.
Right.
I used to care about it when I was losing it as a kid.
Right.
I was like, why me? But now I've accepted it. I've seen the wisdom behind it. I've seen the things that I've learned from it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I live an extraordinary lifestyle, bro.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
that's the way to see it.
Extraordinary lifestyle. So I don't really care about researching it and what have I got now? Are there any cures for it? Would I like my eyes to be back? Yeah, why not? I like to see my kids. I like to drive. I want to ride an R1. I want to have fun. I want to ride a horse. I want to go shooting where I'm actually hitting the target, not shooting where I'm just like bam, 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 just hitting air. You know the ones. I want to do fun things, yeah. But other than that, it ain't that deep.
Yeah.
It's not that deep where I'm gonna ponder in it and start looking where the next researchers come. I don't care. I live a very, very content, simple lifestyle, and I'm flipping happy, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and to be honest, the way you're saying it is like, how many people would see it like that? Not many, man. People would be down in the dumps, wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think no matter what anyone's got, that's just a person. Whether they got no physical problems.
Yeah.
That's just that certain people just complain and certain people are not.
Yeah.
You know the ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and what, like from you've become a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu with that kind of like eye impediment or whatever you'd want to call it.
Yeah, that's
it's
been
incredible.
my whole journey.
Yeah.
But as a grappler, you know this, yeah. Because other people are puzzled outside. They're like, how can you be blind but you can fight grappling or Jiu-Jitsu, whatever you want to call it? I'm like, the reason why I'm decent is because I'm blind. You lot are looking at things, yeah, and your eyes will lie to you. This is about subtle movements with your body. The moment you engage with someone and connect with someone from standing up, your eyes become irrelevant. Up until that point, you bloody need your eyes because someone will lick your head off one time on an overhook, right? The moment you interconnect with another person, I would advise everybody, just close your eyes.
That's really interesting. Because I can see what you're saying there. It's more of a feeling versus the look. And you know, like anyone would know that's grappled is like if you're linked up with someone, you can't see much anyway. Your face is on them anyway, so you got to go with the feeling. That's really interesting. I never looked at it like that. Yeah, but that's mate. I really appreciate it. This is fantastic. Not just yet because I've got the most important question. I've said this to you before. This is will we stay friends or not, bro?
Yeah.
Which football team you support?
I can tell you're a Millwall guy. You're South London, ain't you?
No, I'm not. I'm South London, yeah, but I'm not a Millwall guy.
How is it? Good.
We do play in blue though.
I tell you, blue.
Yeah.
What, Chelsea?
Hey, well done, mate. Thank you very much. I'll take that as your answer. Team, I can stomach that from this part of the world. I guess you're the wrong side of the river, as we've said before.
I used to be an Arsenal fanatic, yeah.
Oh, right.
Season ticket, everything. But as I got older, I don't care. I'll wear a Tottenham shirt.
Oh, no.
I'll wear a Chelsea shirt.
Good, I'll bring you a Chelsea shirt. Don't wear a Tottenham shirt, bro. Definitely don't do that. Don't do that to me. Mate, we'll put all your links and stuff in the description below, and we'll stay in touch for sure because I definitely want to come. I said, Zayd, paid, Zayd, whatever.
Well,
Fuck it,
man.
we'll figure it out. I'll be back and we'll have some training.
My
Mate,
man.
I really
God bless
appreciate
you,
you.
brother.
That was so
Appreciate you,
brilliant.
sir.
Thanks so much. I always finish with a fist up, mate. Squeeze the neck.
Squeeze.